Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers fall in Game 1 of the NLCS to the Los Angeles Dodgers last night at American Family Field. 2-1, the final score. Blake Snell, an amazing start on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers. 8 innings, 1 hit allowed, no runs, faced the minimum in the Brewers lineup. First pitcher since the 1956 World Series. Perfect game for Don Larson to achieve that feat. Manager Pat Murphy of the Brewers after the game on Blake Snell's performance.
His breaking ball was so good. He could flip it in there for a strike and then have the one below. It was really hard to discern, and the changeup was dominant to right-handers. So it was really, really difficult to get a beat on it.
Brewers-Dodgers Game 2 tonight here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Freddy Peralta gets the start on the hill for Milwaukee.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition. The good news first. We get to talk to our friend Jeff Passan today and our friend Evan Cohen. That's good. Not so good. Brewers lose to the Dodgers in Game 1 at AmFam Field edition. Who writes the teasers for our video programming? Is that you, Jesse?
That would be me, yes.
Brewers, all caps, in trouble after Game 1 loss to Dodgers? Not sure I like that addition. Although the series is now underway because someone has won on someone else's home field edition. Of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video with Brewers in Trouble on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which allows you to get this here program in a very easy-to-use app while we try to get Spotify to get its act together. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in trouble in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed...
What Big Gel do? What Big Gel do?
Oh, he's in trouble like the Brewers are in trouble. He's in trouble.
Oh.
In trouble. Trouble.
Trouble.
Trouble. Is that going to keep us off Spotify for me singing the Taylor Swift song?
Probably.
And from his undisclosed location, he's the Packers Hall of Famer. He's definitely trouble. But he's not in trouble. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Obviously disappointed with how last night finished, but I'm not even remotely thinking we're in trouble yet. Like, that was a game we could have stolen. Old boy Snelly was fantastic last night. He had our number. I don't know why they didn't pitch him in the ninth. I thought they threw us a bone. Yeah, go ahead.
You were right. Like, I don't have my Tausch was right thing handy, but you talked about get to their pen.
Well, Jason, it doesn't take Jeff Passan or
I
Don
understand,
Petronio.
but that's not. Let's be honest. If we're breaking stuff down, and I'm not saying that you're not smart across.
You're
obviously
saying it.
You're an NBA.
You
are
are
an
saying
NBA
it.
insider. You're a tennis minute guy. You do all the stuff.
I am a
I'm
tennis
not saying,
minute guy.
but your area of expertise is professional football, and to watch that, or I was listening to it because I was walking the dogs, listening to Levering. To hear that bottom of the ninth inning, that was the first thing I thought of. Tausch told them, hey, get to their pen. We're going to pen our way to a championship. Not quite, but you were right. No. And I just thought it was important to point that out. Now you
if I watched, as I said all season, I watched more Brewers baseball or consumed more Brewers content than I have in a while because of this team. Miz and all of the different reasons. It's been a fun season, and it's a resilient group. You obviously don't want to lose game one. There's a little bit of a hangover effect after an emotional win like what you saw. And I go back to what Mike McCarthy, who may become the new head football coach for the Tennessee Titans. Who knows? I think that actually is a great spot for him if that's something he's interested in. But he would always tell us, and we all thought it was nuts, but then I hear Nick Saban says this. You start listening to coaches that have a big pedigree. Handling success and being able to – it is the hardest thing in sports because when you put a bunch of competitive dudes or gals in a room and you have everybody telling you stink and that you can't do something, everybody bows up. It's the whole rat poison bit. And none of these guys, this wasn't a rat poison game because everybody thinks that the Dodgers are better. And I'm sure when Jeff Passan comes on, he's going to tell us the Dodgers are better. And last night, the Dodgers were better. They put a lot of pressure on us. We didn't put any pressure on them for the entire night. Snell just had it working. So I'm not going to sit here and panic. Now, if we lose tonight with Freddy Fastball and go down 0-2 to go have 3 games out in L.A., panic button will be hit tonight if we don't win. Mm-hmm. That I do know. So let's get a win. Let's get a split. Let's get on our business. Go out, take 2 out of 3 out there, and then have 1 out of 2 to come home and get it done. That, to me, is our formula trying to do it. But I don't want to face Snell anymore. I don't know if it's going to get any better. Like we were a fishing team last night. You tell our kids, you don't want to be casting. You want to take good cuts. Everybody last night, that change-up away, Contreras, Yelich didn't look like he had a clue against the lefty. He was
really good yesterday.
Like, if we play him again, I think you got to move Yelich down in the order. Now, it was struggle city for Yelich. I don't know if he made contact last night. Did he against him? If he did, it was like a rollout, like a little baby grounder to the second baseman.
I think he had a ground ball late,
It was
all
about reach and swing. And listen, there's nothing harder to do than hit a baseball. I am not saying that. But all I'm saying is that's what happened last night. How many real solid, contactable balls did we see outside of maybe Chourio? Who contacted the ball in any meaningful way last night? Till the ninth. Nobody.
Yeah. So he was great, obviously. I mean, the discussion that Levering
I don't like
was
single-digit numbers on pitchers either. It just looks weird to me.
The things that bother you are fascinating to me.
Well, isn't that weird? Like single-digit pitchers?
No.
21, 34. Like I want the old school. Like he looked like we brought in the shortstop to pitch last night. That's what that looks like to me. Mickey Mantle was 6. He didn't pitch.
I'll say this: if your pitcher is usually a shortstop and he pitches like that, he should be a pitcher.
In Little League, the coach's kid was always the shortstop.
Little League, the pitchers are the shortstop.
Yep, shortstop and the pitcher and the coach's kid.
Even though we looked like Little League hitters last night, Yeah. Look, I just don't
All
like
right.
single-digit pitchers numbers.
Okay.
That's all.
If we're going to talk about Little League, which I think is apt that you said that, and I want to be very careful here because on a rare occasion here, I have a strong opinion on something. At the same time, I don't want to be that guy telling fans what to do. That is not a good role for me. But are we really going to kill Bryce Turang for not allowing himself to be hit by that pitch when it is an instinctive, reactionary thing to avoid a ball coming at you? Are we really going to kill him for that? Is that what we're doing?
Nobody's killing him. They're saying that
Oh,
he heard
no.
it.
I got
No,
texts
people
from
are saying
friends of
he
mine.
should have.
No, like, how do you get... look, one of my favorite human beings on the entire planet is Wes Hodkiewicz. Okay? We love Wes. Does a great job at Packers.com. A wonderful human being. I love the guy. But again, this is, hey, I understand. I don't have the fan gene anymore, so I don't understand. But Wes fires off a tweet. The pitch off your inside thigh to tie the NLCS game? Nope. Fastball thrown at Loge level of AmFam? Oh, you're swinging at that. Like, that people are killing him for not allowing himself to get hit by a pitch. Jonathan Lucroy is on Twitter defending him, trying to explain that you react to the ball. You can't, like, no, I'm going to let this hit me as it's coming. Like, can you tell me, as the expert of all things, I'm sure you got hit by a pitch or two during your baseball career.
I did. Yes.
Did you ever intentionally, like, I always think of the kid on your team, and I was not a great hitter. I was a good hitter in Wilson Park baseball and in high school. But if you go up there hoping to get a walk or hoping to get hit by a pitch, then you've already lost. And so I didn't understand why people were, especially for a guy who hit a critical home run in the clinching game, man, people turned quickly. There were a lot of people that were crushing him. Help me understand what I'm missing here, because I thought that was IPT.
So there is what you're always looking for, and this is why experience does still matter. I still want talent over experience all day. But if Don Baylor, R.I.P. Don Baylor, the greatest of all time in getting hit by pitch, you have to understand what circumstance you're in. And normally, 100% I agree. Like, natural instincts, that's why when people say, well, we're going to change this quarterback's arm angles and we're going to change his throwing motion. And that's all cute when you're out in July or you're out in June with no pass rush and, oh, you're doing it. You revert back to your instincts, your training. That's why you practice and you train. And for everybody to assume, hey, you sit in there like Happy Gilmore at a batting cage after hockey tryouts failed and just take 100 balls off your chest. Nobody does that but Happy. Old boy last night, your natural instinct is get out of the way. Now, if you could, and in your mind know old boy is coming hard with a fastball inside, and if I take it off the shin, we tie the game, he's going to do it 100 out of 100 times. You don't know that. Your instincts are get out of the way, and then I'm going to go make a big hit next. And like you said, he had a big hit in whatever, 7th or 8th inning last week, or last Saturday. So I'm with you, but that's where experience and understanding what do I need at this time. If that's a veteran player, does Yelich stay in there and take that? I don't know the answer to that. I would think that he'd be more apt to, okay, I just need to find a way on. You know who I think almost certainly would have? Contreras.
Don Baylor.
I feel like Don Baylor for sure would have. The all-time greatest in getting hit by pitches is Don Baylor. Matter of fact, he's one of those guys people would complain to. The ball was over the middle of the plate, and Don Baylor got hit. Like, that's how Don Baylor approached it. Don Baylor is a 25-year veteran of Major League Baseball, too. He played forever, managed, and do all that. So I get your point, but with Wes and with all these with our fans, we just so badly want this. And that was our gateway into tying the game. And we all know how hard it is in the postseason to manufacture and get runs. So I would bet the next time this scenario, if it does happen again, and there's a ball that's hanging that far inside, pitchers don't miss by that much. That's why it's a story. As we tell our kids, we got ice. We got ice. We'll tell our kids that. If something comes inside and it's way inside the plate, your job is to get on base. That's your job.
And we've got
ice. You could say we got ice. And half the time we don't even have ice. A little secret to our kids, and I know some of them listen. We don't even have ice. We got to go to the concession stand to get ice. We're not like carrying a cooler of ice around with us. But we have access. We should, if we really wanted to be specific about it, we'd say
have ice at
we
the
have
concession
access
stand
to getting
that we
you
will
ice
go get some
within
for
a
you.
reasonable amount of time. That should be our new motto instead of just we got ice.
We have trained medical staff standing by in case of an injury.
No, we don't have trained medical staff. No.
So
we have access to ice.
And I would, if you want to be mad at him for swinging at that final pitch, that was very high. Fine, but I was really surprised that people were, including,
Jason.
I was on Jen Gabe and Chewy.
We're so close. We're so close, and every game matters immensely. So, but you just said you don't have the fanatic gene, so you don't understand.
Well, I understand how people react to things, certainly.
But if you're not a fanatic about it, you don't, Jay.
Right,
I guess that's the difference. So you, rational, I'm not interested, I just want to see and tell the story, you don't look at it and say, take the hit, man. Take the bruise and get the run. Because you're looking at it from, Johnny Rational saying, but fans aren't rational. We're in the blanket NLCS and we want to go to the World Series. So, yeah, it ain't your thigh that needs ice. So you don't get it. I see what Wes is saying. Wes probably is just all in on all these pitches. He wants the Brewers to advance.
He was at Game 5. He loves his Brewers.
So, yes.
I get it. I'm just saying, it's one
I get
thing
it.
if you
I
do
really,
something.
really get it.
I do. But what I'm saying is, there are other things that a player can do to screw something up where you can say, okay, that was just a mistake. This is like fight or flight, right? Like this is in your DNA that you react. If a bee comes and flies by you, the big athletic Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher still runs like a little girl trying to get away from the bee. We all do it, right? It is just the reaction.
If
you don't think about it, you just do it.
No, it's all obviously if there's nothing else there, you're right. But there's not. It's a different scenario. If you get a beautiful cousin sub sandwich and there's a bee sitting there, you have to give up your cousin sub or you have a bee buzzing around you, you're probably going to say, all right, I'm going to have the sandwich. Or if, in this case, you're going to get a hit batsman, you get to advance. You don't know if you're going to still win the game or not, but you know this, your chances of winning. Guys will play on broken legs and torn rotator cuffs and busted up knees. And you don't think a guy will take a ball off his shin to win? Of course they will. But you're right. You have to understand that part of it. And if he had it again right now and you asked him, he'd say, I'll sit in there and I'll take it off the noggin.
Sure, he would. You don't think he regrets not getting hit by the ball?
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
And that's what we're talking
my point.
about.
All right. Don't have regrets about window replacement. I know some people who felt those pangs of regret because they didn't have Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin do their entire house. And then they experienced the difference. So don't have those regrets. Call Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, when it comes to your home or if it comes to the bottom of the ninth inning and you're down one and the smart play is to just lean into it, we got ice, or the smart play for certain without any variables is to trust Gina Della and her great team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. This month only, score a whole month of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. Zero interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to incredible defense played by Pella windows, stopping all of the drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Yeah, thanks to Josh DiMaggio. I was going to mention this as well because I was watching. I didn't see it live. I was walking the dogs, listening to Levering. I heard he's so good. We love Levo. I love listening to baseball on the radio. It goes back to being a kid listening to Bob Uecker as I fell asleep every night in the summer. But when I then saw the video of it, and Josh just pointed this out in a text to us, Turang, the first thing Turang does is he looks in the dugout knowing, I couldn't help it. I got out of the way. I wish I hadn't. Which, I don't know, maybe that's in his psyche then when he swings and misses, trying to make up for that. I don't know. But he knew. So I just don't see the point in piling on. That's my argument. Speaking of piling on, we may pile on Jesse. Because Jesse didn't choose the Brewers in Trouble headline for the video stream because he was trying to boost engagement in all caps, trying to get people's attention. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Jesse thinks they are in trouble. He will explain himself.
Don't win tonight. Yeah.
Whether we like it or not. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Peter in the ESPN Madison YouTube chat. When I was in high school, I came to the plate with the bases loaded. My coach called me over and said, lean into one.
Let me guess, Peter wasn't one of their better hitters.
Well, so, like, I struck out with the bases loaded when I was playing baseball. I also got a hit once. It was really euphoric to actually come through in that situation. I understand they're professional athletes. I understand a lot of people are invested in this heavily. We all have our moments, too, where we're maybe afraid of the moment or we're negative about something. I was the one saying I didn't want them to play the Cubs. Hunter had that whole rant Game 5 that was then, he soundgraphed himself, and the Brewers won. Now, I'm curious if we're going to have I hope we have another moment like that here, because Jesse seems to think that the Brewers are cooked. Is that an accurate depiction of your position, Colonel?
No, I'm not saying they're cooked. I'm not bringing out Dunzo the Clown. No. So last week we talked a lot about Freddy Peralta going into Game 4 against the Cubs and whether he was going to start, and then when he was announced as the starter, and then obviously the fallout from the start. So I went back, and I thought after that game, and we were talking about it the next day, Freddy Peralta does not appear to be a big game pitcher in his career with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Soundgraph.
And I got some numbers for you. In 2023.
Oh my God, Jesse did research?
Yeah,
who sent you those numbers?
You know what's so funny? I asked Jesse to research, and he gives me a look like I stole his dog. Jesse, I'm intrigued. Continue. You have me intrigued.
2023 NL Wild Card Game 2 against the Diamondbacks. Freddy Peralta, 5 innings, 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks. 2024 Game 1 NL Wild Card against the Mets. 4 innings, 3 runs, 2 hits, and a walk. 2025 NLDS Game 4 against the Cubs. 4 hits, 3 runs, all in the first inning, 2 walks. His best start was against the Cubs in Game 1. By the way, that's the only game he's pitched in his playoff career that the Brewers have won. 1-7 in his appearances in the playoffs, and he didn't start games until a couple of years ago.
Dang.
And he gave up a home run in that game that he pitched against the Cubs in Game 1. If Brandon Woodruff was on the team right now, if there was a different scenario here where you didn't have to throw Freddy Peralta in a must-win game, I would feel better about it. Sure, Teddy Higuera, why not?
Sheets.
He has not shown to be a big game pitcher thus far. And I hope I'm proven wrong. I'll be in attendance with my mom tonight. I'll be cheering. I'll be waving the rally towel like crazy, cheering him on. But I am nervous because playoff baseball is all about stealing games and not necessarily building towards something better later in the series. And last night was a prime opportunity when it looked like the Brewers were cooked to steal a victory in the 9th inning. And not being able to do so.
They got dominated for the majority of the game, though. Can we agree on that?
Yes, entirely. They got Don Larson last night. Blake Snell, the first pitcher in baseball to throw 8 innings against the minimum since Don Larson's perfect game in the 1956 World Series.
That was a great stat, by the way.
They got Don Larson last night and still almost won the game. That was a prime opportunity because of how good the bullpen was to steal one, and I'm nervous now going into tonight. I've got the nervous energy back with Freddy Peralta going for the Brewers tonight against the Dodgers.
Well, can I help you? Let me help you because since everybody is stat lining and getting information, my boy Antony just sent me this because he is as big a Brewer fan as I know. I'm asking, so what do you think? We got to win tonight, right? And his response is, yeah, it's a big one. Freddie will get it done. And here's what I think should give Brewers fans a little respite. In 2011 and in 2018, the Milwaukee Brewers won Game 1. How'd that turn out? Did we end up winning those series? I'm asking. I'm just asking.
We did not. We did not win those series.
Okay.
Yeah. Mix it up.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
So that's maybe they are cooked. If we're already going to, hey, won the first game in those other series that we lost. I think I'd always rather win than lose, even if history's against us.
It's tough to beat that analysis.
You know, the best hitters for the opposing team are typically 1 through 5 in the lineup.
Yeah, they usually bat those guys earlier. Yep, that's what I heard. Ain't gonna get any better analysis than that. I'll promise you that. So, Jesse, you believe Freddie is a great regular season pitcher and he is not a big game pitcher. Is that what I'm hearing?
We're going to need the best start of Freddy Peralta's playoff career tonight for the Brewers to feel good going to L.A. tied 1-1. Because
I can agree his game 1 against the Cubs was good. He gave up a run.
It was good despite the leadoff home run.
That's all we need from him tonight. Mm-hmm. That's what we need tonight. I don't need him to be Nolan Ryan tonight.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Or Snell. I guess I don't
Was
need him to be
Nolan
Snell.
Ryan great in the postseason?
Blake Snell is really who we want him to be tonight, yeah.
I'm not going to have anybody smear Nolan Ryan's name. I tell you that. He is the GOAT.
I love Nolan Ryan. I have a bobblehead of him. He was one of my favorites.
I think Oral Hershiser's the gold standard when it comes to starting pitching in the postseason. Oral, the Bulldog Hershiser, is the GOAT.
I appreciate you understanding my point. Nolan Ryan made the postseason 5 times in his
the 86
career.
Astros with Mike Scott's forkball. I love that 86 Astros team, and unfortunately he didn't get it done against the Mets.
He did win a World Series with the Mets in 1969. And he was still pitching in 1986 with the Houston Astros. He also went in 79, 80, and 81 with the Angels and the Astros. His career ERA in the postseason, 3.86. So maybe he'll be better than maybe.
He threw 150 pitches though too. He didn't. There weren't no bullpen games with Nolan. He was going to go, and he's still throwing upper 90s back then. And he didn't have all this other stuff. He was eating beef jerky and chewing on grass.
And drinking Coors Light in the locker room after the game.
Am I doing a Coors Light read here? Is that what you're saying?
You are now.
All right. Whether you're tailgating pregame, pitching in 1969, although I don't think we started till 78, so we might have to move that back. Coors Light is brewed.
Coors Light right here. I got to go back and look.
No, it's later in the show, but no big deal. Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered A. I'll lean into it, Jason. I'll take one off the big old keister, and I'll have a Coors Light with it. And it is made to chill the mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans. Make sure they are blue. You can use that to ice down after you take one off the shin. And you can chill after you do that. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
That was yesterday's show sheet.
Shocker.
Can I just... People are angry texting. I'm not saying the Brewers are cooked.
You are saying.
No, I am nervous. I am nervous about tonight's game. We're going to need Freddy in a big way that he has not done in his last several postseason starts.
Evan Cohen, you're not the only one who's nervous, but you're kind of the only one who's putting himself out there saying that they're not cooked, but they're on
Must-win
burner.
games are tough. Must-win games are tough. Tonight is a must-win game.
And notice last week, Murph didn't save Freddy for the must-win Game 5. He threw him in Game 4, where it would have been nice to close it out, but wasn't a must-win.
So you think Pat
You
Murphy
think he
agrees
did that
with
because
you?
he didn't
Is that
think
what
he could
you're
get it
telling
done
me?
in Game 5?
Wow.
All right, I can't do this anymore. It's time for Evan Cohen. He'll join us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut, 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
When the leaves start to fall and your roof starts to call, fix it in the fall, fix it in the fall. If your shingle's looking rough and your gutter's full of stuff, get it fixed before it's froze, man. It's time to call the pro. We patch it, we match it, we stop that drip. Free estimates, quick fix, don't let your roof slip. Your home's your castle, we keep it tight. Call Avondale Roofing, they roof it right. Fall deals dropping it like it's hot. Call Avondale Roofing at 855-819-7663.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
It's frightening, but the rewards are thrilling if you're brave enough to enter the prize-filled graveyard at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. On Saturday, October 25th, 3 brave souls will enter the graveyard every half hour from 1 p.m. till 5. These 27 winners will each have a chance of escaping with $3,000 in cash. That's up to $81,000 in total prizes. So be here for Graveyard Grabs, the scariest game in town. Grab your friends and get to
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Game 2.
Peralta coming back. Got him looking. Change up on the inside corner, and Ohtani is rung up.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out of this town, I just might be the one who finally burns it down. I'm throwing
Joining us now from Unsportsmanlike, it is the great Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, what kind of fan are you? Are you a nervous? Are you a nervous Nelly fan? Are you an overreactionary fan?
He's a front runner, and Evan's a front running fan. We all know that.
Well, at some point, don't I shed that? Like when I'm last night watching the Heat Hawks preseason game, I don't get like, you know what, he is like at least the Heat. I should shed that, no?
Yeah, that's actually fair. And New England, you've stuck with New England, right? You haven't jumped off that bandwagon.
Well, now would be a bad time to
place now. Now you're coming back around, right? Okay.
I'm not going to sit there and say I'm not a front runner. I'm never going to shed that. I understand that. What I will say though is, I think the teams that people accuse me of front running on, which is really New England, way more than it would be Miami, because I lived there in South Florida, and the Heat were great to us as a station. And Jason, you know this. Like Matt LePay, my mentor, taught me a long time ago. You root for the people, and then you root for the teams off of that. And the Heat were great to us. So anyway, but I've stayed with them in general. I definitely can get nervous. I think that's for sure. I've been superstitious. I grew up, and I still am a lifelong Mets fan. In 99, 2000, that area, when they were in the playoffs and in the World Series in 2000, and I was at school at UW-Madison, there was a there was a pair of orange random win pants I had that I would wear for every single Mets playoff game, thinking that played a role in that team making it to the World Series. So superstitious for sure. I wear the same Patriots shirt on Sundays, every Sunday year-round to run, every Sunday, 52 weeks a year. So yeah, superstitious that's the kind of fan I guess I am.
We're gonna need a photo of those of you in your orange wind pants. So go through your scrapbook.
I don't have that. I do have I don't have that on. I don't think I have any evidence of that. I think the embarrassment of just telling that story. It's like it was almost like I was in jail, Jason. It's like the jail pants.
Jumpsuits. Yes. Well, here's the reason I ask, because obviously, the Brewers were handcuffed in a big way. Don Larson, as Jesse put it, last night for 8 innings. Then they have the rally in the ninth. They strand the bases loaded. Bryce Turang avoids being hit by a pitch, which is his reaction, because that's what you do when a ball's coming your direction. But he's gotten a lot of criticism for not getting hit by the pitch. Jesse, now with Game 2 tonight, saying that he doesn't, Jesse, I don't want to misquote you, but you're basically saying you don't trust the Brewers' best starting pitcher in a must-win game. You'd rather start the Miz.
And he doesn't think the manager does either. Jesse?
Is that fair? Is that a fair depiction of your position?
Nervous.
So Jesse's a hate his own team kind of fan.
No. Yes, that's what he sounds like. Yes.
No. Feels
totally
like
agree. Yeah. Defend yourself,
Jesse.
Defend yourself.
Jesse, you don't like the starting pitcher. You don't like the manager's belief in the starting pitcher.
Try to get the manager fired.
You think your team could fall apart tonight. What part of the Brewers do you like? Robin Yount and Paul Molitor?
Oh, I like them.
Ryan Braun's throwing out the first pitch tonight. Yeah, that'll be good. No,
From the
By the way,
mound.
let's talk about that for a second, because I have found that fascinating. Who would have thought the moment that 812, the steakhouse, went out of business, that the more accepted, embraced member of the state of Wisconsin sports family would be Ryan Braun than Aaron Rodgers?
That's an interesting point.
I don't have a comeback for that. You're right.
Well, no, that's not meant to be an insult.
No, I know.
I
I agree. Like, that poor testing guy that he
God,
dragged.
what Ryan Braun did to that guy was so wrong. But but I believe he's made amends with that guy since, hasn't he?
Yes, for sure. Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
There's a measure
I always thought the most underrated part of that was how great Ryan Braun's blue sweater was in the outfield at spring training, but I also couldn't understand why he was wearing a sweater in the Arizona heat. But that blue sweater was so good, I actually bought one similar because I loved that Ryan Braun blue sweater he wore in the outfield addressing everybody with the FedEx, with the urine and the samples and everything like that years ago. Why do I remember this? That is weird.
I don't
How
know.
did it go? How did it go with the orange wind pants?
You know, that actually would have been it's Mets colors if you think
This
about it.
is what I'm saying.
Because it was like a royal blue kind of thing. Yeah, I still have. I still have that sweater at home. That's true.
Evan, did you guys have any other baseball-related conversations you'd like to have with Evan
Yeah,
before
the other
I move
thing
forward?
I was going to ask
Okay.
is, old boy's taking a little bit of heat today for not leaning into a pitch that would have tied the game. The ball was way inside. He, as Jason said, he reacted, got out of the way. Any instances where you let your competitive instincts and understanding Happy Gilmore type of deal? I don't know if you played baseball or not, but anything that you have that's similar to that where you kind of went against the human condition to do something to achieve athletically that maybe you didn't think you could?
Okay, well, a couple of things. First of all, I have a moment where I was hit by a pitch, which I know is not what happened, but I got hit by a pitch where I was so happy. There was a pitcher in 5th grade that was so good that I had zero chance of ever hitting a pitch off of him. And he hit me in the head. And I literally started cheering en route to first base because I was like, there's no way I would ever get on base against this guy. Hit me in the head. I got there, and I was thrilled. Oh, it was amazing.
Competitor.
Absolutely amazing.
Competitor.
Yeah. I'm just
absolutely.
Gamer. Well,
Legend.
I mean, on base percentage, Tausch, who cares about whether or not you get
Yeah,
the
you
hit?
got to
Get
find.
on
Yeah,
first.
you were ahead of analytics before analytics. Absolutely.
Yeah, really. I mean, after that,
Billy
there's a lot
Bean
of talk
Cohen.
that Billy Bean called me. And Michael Lewis came to my elementary school to write a book, as a matter of fact. That's where Moneyball really started, was me
You're the
getting
Kevin
hit in the head.
Hattiesburg. What was his name? Hattiesburg? Who was
His
the guy
name
that
is
he went
Scott
to for
Hatteberg.
Christmas?
Yeah, well done.
Scott Hatteberg.
Scott
yeah.
Hatteberg.
Yeah.
Scott Hatteberg.
Isn't that weird, by the way? You're telling me that Billy Bean and Ron Washington on Christmas went to Scott Hatteberg's house? There's no way that could be
I don't
real.
think that happened.
Although
I don't think
I do love that scene where he says, "Well, what about the fans?" And Ron Washington's character says, "Yeah, maybe I could teach one of them to play first base," which is a pretty good line.
Unbelievable. That wasn't even like, hey, they swung by in the morning in the same town of a holiday. That was Christmas Eve. They portrayed that
Yeah.
as. That instead of being with your friends and family, you go and travel to Scott Hatteberg's house? That's fascinating.
That's
Well,
baseball.
he had a great on-base
Hey.
percentage.
Yeah, that's baseball.
So, Evan, I'm curious because Canty brought this up. I don't know if Tausch brought it up on our show because he heard Canty or it was independent thereof. But Mike McCarthy, currently not working here in Green Bay, trying to get a walk around his property on the schedule
I've been
with
waiting
him.
for that.
Going to Badger
Waiting for
volleyball
that.
games.
Yes, exactly.
Jesse Viral.
If you're the
JV over there.
Tennessee Titans and you have the first overall pick quarterback and you know that Mike McCarthy has been very good with quarterbacks over the years, are you calling him to take over like Canty suggested?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, by the way, I believe in the process. I believe in the Rooney Rule. But I wish there was a way of doing all of the proper things and giving everyone the proper opportunities to almost have like not a tryout year, but like what is it called, Tausch? A gray shirt, not a red shirt, a gray shirt, where you end up at the school early and you have like a full semester.
Yeah, if you come in this in the winter time, you give up your senior year. I don't know why anyone would give up their senior year of high school, but gray shirt is the correct term. Yes.
So in theory, what that is like, hey, this doesn't count. You're just going to get experience. I assume the coaches are not going to be overly critical of the gray shirt year. Wouldn't it be cool if McCarthy could just have that with the Titans now? Like, instead of Mike McCoy taking over, like, hey, Mike McCarthy, you're going to be our head coach. Year one's actually next year, but we're going to let you evaluate this thing while you're coaching them this year. Like, that would be awesome. But, yes, of course
you could bring him.
McCarthy.
Yeah, you could bring him in. Like, I mean, that's, in essence, what you're saying is what Ron Wolf did.
He can't be the head coach.
No, I didn't say you bring him. Throw a consultant tag on him and let him just watch and be involved. You can easily do that, but obviously that would put up some antennas around the league as far as how that process went.
Too risky.
Yeah.
I would absolutely look at McCarthy, and I think that what we're seeing here is that people realize what Mike McCarthy is. He's steady. He's stable, he improves quarterback play, and he wins you 10-plus games a year. So think about how many teams are horrifically bad for a long period of time, try to reinvent the wheel with, we found the next great coach. Now, the Bears probably did here. We get that. But how many chances did they take at it, just for an argument's sake, before they landed on this? So, yeah, Mike McCarthy goes to Tennessee. What do I expect to happen? Cam Ward's year 2 is significantly better than year 1. They probably win 8 or 9 games next year, or maybe Tausch and I think 6, 7 games. I don't know.
Nice.
And then, 2 years from now, they're probably at 10, and then for the next 3 years after that, they're at 10 or above, and then they're probably at the end, people are going to say, well, you didn't win enough with Cam Ward, and they're going to hire somebody else, and that somebody else is going to be a hotter name, and they're not going to be as good.
Sean Payton will come in there and win a championship with them.
We know what's going to
Sean
happen,
Payton
and so... yes, I would absolutely. There's going to be, Jason, let me preface this for those who listen and listen to our show here on ESPN Wisconsin and on Sportsmanlike. Every pro job I'm going to mention Mike McCarthy. Every college job I'm going to mention Lance Leipold. So just get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to happen for every one of these jobs.
Did you think Penn State, because obviously there's a lot of talk around college football, and there's a lot of big-time job openings, and have you ever seen anything like what you saw with James Franklin? You're literally talking about they're ahead by 7 points in overtime against Oregon.
Yes.
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. And they were in the semifinals last season in the college football playoff. And 3 weeks later, he's gone. What does that tell you about college football? Yeah.
Well, so that's an interesting angle. Tausch, do you believe for players, when you start thinking about retiring, you're retired, or you don't buy into that?
No, I do believe that there's some truth in that, yes.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. If an administration or an organization starts thinking about termination, is the guy terminated?
In essence, yes. You can swing things. Obviously, I think, was it Steve Fisher that was an interim coach, and they were going to hire somebody else, and he wins a national championship, and you're kind of like, well, he can't. You got to bring him back because he won.
1989,
Seton Hall, Rumeal Robinson.
Rumeal Robinson.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Glenn Rice.
No, they did win. I said they did. Yeah, they won that starting lineup. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see if I get this right. Rumeal Robinson, Sean Higgins, Terry Mills, Lloyd Vaught. Oh my God, who was the fifth? Oh, and Glenn Rice. There's your 5. Check that, Jesse. I think it was Rumeal Robinson. Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah,
Robinson, Higgins, Rice, Vaught, Mills. I think it was the starting 5 for that 89 Michigan team with Steve Fisher taking over. Terry DeHare was not on that Seton Hall team. That would have been Ramon.
They had the Aussie. The Aussie dude.
Andrew Gaze
was their big guy.
Andrew Gaze. Nice pull.
Gaze.
Yeah, Ramon Ramos, if you remember, unfortunately, was in a terrible car accident. Right, he got drafted by the Blazers, I want to say, in the first round of the '89 draft, and got into a horrible car accident, and I don't think ever played, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't
anyway,
know that.
So if you're starting to
Who did
think
Steve
about
Fisher take
terminating-
over for before we finish breaking down Seton Hall,
Bill
Michigan?
Frieder.
Bill Fisher.
Frieder. I think he went to
Frieder,
Arizona
okay.
State, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
did. Look, God, how do
All right.
we have all this useless
I don't
information
know.
in our brains?
I don't know. Where were you going before we went?
By the way,
Seton
Rob
Hall?
Pelinka was
you
also
know what?
on that
to be
team.
Fair,
Pelinka.
To be fair, in this
Yeah.
Pelinka was on that team. Eric Riley, a backup center, I believe.
Riley Yauk?
was on that team. No.
Okay.
Yeah, he does post game for the Badgers and played for the '89 Michigan basketball team.
Heck of a run.
And still looks like he's 12.
So, actually, Tausch, you took us off the beaten path. The reason I asked that question was you're making it seem like James Franklin was fired this week. I will make it seem like they were looking for a reason to not fire him before the season started, and he gave them a reason to fire him. That they had already been considering it because of all of the big game failures that
Big
he had.
game losses,
Like, what do you think,
yeah.
Brian? What do you think? Brian Callahan was fired yesterday?
He
or
won 2 college football playoff games last year.
Against SMU and
There
Boise
ain't no games
State.
bigger. I'm sorry. There's no bigger games than that. Yes, he hasn't beaten Ohio State. I'm not sitting here as a James Franklin apologist, but you all act as if, he didn't beat Ohio State. Let me tell you something. If you're going to get fired because you can't beat Ohio State, everybody's fired, except for Michigan's coach. That's it. Continue.
I understand what you're saying.
Penn State is good. I think Penn State is going to get Nebraska. Penn State's going to get Nebraska. Watch. Frank Solich, Nebraska. Don't be shocked.
Thought they're going to hire Nebraska's coach, Matt Rule.
Well, then they're really going to get Nebraska.
Matt Rule is a good coach. I like Matt Rule.
Okay.
Anyway, what was your
I don't
question?
think they've won a big game in forever either, have they? When's the last big game Nebraska's won?
Right, but you almost get a pass
still
in a
waiting.
weird way for not losing. You're better off not being in them than losing them. It's weird.
That's
It's like the Kyle Shanahan thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it, but Kyle Shanahan gets destroyed for so many big game losses. He would have been better off not getting there, and somehow he gets more destroyed for 28-3 than Dan Quinn does, and he was the head coach.
That's true. Yeah.
All very good points. Speaking of coaches, I wanted to circle back to something you mentioned in passing in our scattershot conversation today. I don't know how late, because of your job, you stay up to watch games. So you get caught up on like Monday Night Football when you come in the morning to get ready for Unsportsmanlike. You're not staying up for that, right?
Normally I do. Last night I fell asleep early, but normally I do, yeah.
So like what do we make of Ben Johnson and the Bears? They have now won 3 in a row. That seems like a pretty quality win they got in the monsoon in D.C. Like, how do we view what they are and what he's doing with that? What Ben Johnson is doing with that team?
Yeah. So Ben Johnson is doing everything Ben Johnson said he would do, to his credit. You know, I went in there thinking, boy, this guy is overhyping himself a little bit. You know, we heard like, oh, he's picking and choosing his spots, and you got to pay him a certain amount of money, and how do you make all these? You know, I haven't seen somebody who's done less make that many demands since Alex Strofe entered ESPN Wisconsin. But the reality is, he's backed it up.
Oh, snap.
Has Strofe?
He's backed it up.
I was going to say,
Jesse, am I
Strofe
right about
backed it
that?
up too?
Jesse, am I right? Jesse, hello?
I don't know if
all
I'm
of a sudden quiet.
Sorry,
Jesse.
I'm looking up the 1989 Seton Hall men's basketball team
All
here.
of a sudden, Jesse, Mr. Hard Work Research, all of a sudden.
Well, today
And I love
I don't know
Strofe.
if it's because you joined the show, but he actually did some research, which was fantastic this morning. Although your 1-7 with Peralta, Jesse, is getting shredded by my buddies on the text string. They said you're full of baloney. Go ahead, Evan.
Literally, Baseball Reference says it right here. I still have it up.
I'm just telling you what they said. He pitched
I
a clean
thought
inning
Ben
against the Mets,
Johnson-
and you count that as a loss. Go ahead.
I thought Ben Johnson did a little overpromise with the potential of under-delivering coming in. And then as you started to get to know him more and more, he was doing interviews. He was on our sister station, ESPN 1000 in Chicago. And you realize he's holding Caleb accountable. He's pushing him. You realize, okay, he's not all talk. This guy's good. And so what he's done is live up to the early expectations. and we always say, like, oh, get 1% better with things. Don't you think Caleb is getting 1% better every game? Don't you feel like he's just making smart plays, not turning the ball over, doing what's asked of him? Like, I've been impressed. But can I ask you guys a quick question?
Of course.
Because I brought this up on our show yesterday. You guys know I like Jordan Love, but I have a question that I have to ask. Has Jordan Love definitively improved from his first game as a full-time starter, not the Kansas City game with his mom falling out of the stadium, God forbid, because they couldn't find a better seat for her? From his first game as a full-time starter till now, has he definitively improved?
Yes.
Yes, but let me put a twist on a really good question.
Oh. Now, Jason, before you twist it, now if you said, has he definitively gotten better since that magical run in his back of his year, I would say no.
Narrator, that was the twist I was about to deliver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like since the 2023 second half of the season, has he been demonstratively better? I have a hard time saying yes.
That was top 3 quarterback play in the league, though, at that point.
And he dealt with injuries last year. I understand all that, but there is not is he still making? And by the way, during that run, the 2 interceptions he throws in San Francisco in an otherwise very good performance. Are you sensing a theme? A otherwise very good performance in Dallas, couple of mistakes. Otherwise very, very good performance against the Bengals on Sunday. One mistake. But look, again, Pat
athletically arrogant mistakes aren't. That was a good athletically arrogant mistake. Go ahead, Evan.
But one of my favorite coaches ever, Eric Spoelstra, said something recently about Milwaukee native Tyler Hero. He said, and by Eric Spoelstra, I mean Pat Riley, said this about Tyler Hero.
Yes.
He said first he had to learn how to get good, then he had to learn how to be good. And I think it's very different, right? You're learning on the way up how to get good if you're Jordan Love.
Well,
and now he's clearly good. And now you have to learn how to be good, which is the improvement, is being at your best every time. That's hard to do, but that's what made Rodgers amazing. That's what made Favre amazing. That's what made Brady the best ever, right? It's like you got there, now be there every time out.
Amen.
Wow.
That's all I got. Well, he finished it with the crescendo, his voice decrescendo down. That's a wrap. And you got Pat Riley quotes in there, which is always good.
How are we doing on the 89 Seton Hall team?
You nailed him.
Was Terry DeHare on that team? And that was PJ's team, right? PJ was the coach.
John Morton. Yes, PJ Carlissimo. John Morton, was he on that team? I think later played for the Cavs, point guard.
I don't think so.
I got Terry DeHare, Michael Cooper, Anthony Avent.
Anthony Avent. I remember old
former
A.
They weren't on that. Terry DeHare wasn't on the 89 team, was he?
I think he was.
Terry DeHare says right here, freshman guard.
Wow.
16 points a game. Led him in scoring.
He would have portaled. I'll tell you what, he'd have portaled his keister out of Seton Hall if the league was now what it was then. He'd have gotten a big fat paycheck from Indiana or somebody.
How are we doing on the Badgers, guys? We didn't discuss. How we feeling?
Well, what I was going to do, but you hit that perfect. No, hold up. So I was going to ask you that, and I was going to say no questions from you. You get to give us a state of your mind on where we're at. No questions after. But then you had that perfect decrescendoed Pat Riley, and that's why I thought we'd leave it. But I'll leave it up to you if you want to give your state of where you think we're at.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll leave it on that. Something tells me we may do the Badgers next week.
I don't know what that
After
means.
they stun Ohio State. All right.
They're going to upset the number one team in the country, baby. Let's go.
Let's
Biggest
go.
win ever this weekend.
Big opportunity Saturday afternoon.
That's right.
It's true.
That's right.
Very big opportunity.
Thanks, Evan.
See you guys.
That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. He really did, like, that quote from Eric Spoelstra / Pat Riley was so good. I didn't know where to go.
Then we went back to Seton Hall.
Yeah, that's where you just finish it.
Right?
It felt like he was, whenever his voice trails
Period,
like that at the end, that means he's done. Yeah, it's end. And, yeah, that's what I thought we should have done. But
sounds like he was saying James Franklin's the Freddy Peralta of college football head coaches.
That's what. Boy, I'll tell you what. I hope Freddie goes out and absolutely just dominates tonight, and then we put that little clip
I hope he
all
throws a
over
Don
social
Larson
media.
perfect game.
I hope that too. I'll be pulling for him in section 206.
I feel like you're not giving Freddie. We just went over this, and when I asked you his splits, his home field splits are really strong.
Yeah, that was this season. Yes, he's 2 runs better at home than he is on the road this year. Absolutely.
We can further have this discussion as Jesse teaches us all what we need to know about how the Brewers' best pitcher isn't really their best option in a must-win Game 2 at AmFam Field next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Frustration continues. Wisconsin football still unable to get it right. This after Bucky was shut out for the first time at home in 45 years. Can the program figure things out before the hole becomes even deeper? Riley Auk's thoughts on the current program during Wisconsin College Game Day's postgame show.
This is not acceptable. It doesn't matter who's coaching the team right now, man. I just want someone who cares about Wisconsin. So I don't care who our coach is anymore. I've wanted Luke Fickell to succeed. That clearly, at this point, is not going to happen anymore.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Join Stoughton Health Cardiologist on October 15th at 5:30 p.m. to learn what high blood pressure is, why it can be harmful, and how you can take steps to keep it under control. This free online talk will cover everyday habits, warning signs, and treatments that can help keep your heart healthy. To register for this free educational talk, please visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town. Lose my sense of time or 2 weeks feel like days.
Thanks to Evan Cohen. As always, we enjoy our back and forth with him. I understand that social media is not the only place, but just for Jamie in the ESPN Madison YouTube conversation. Look, I had people texting me last night complaining about Bryce Turang not letting himself get hit by the pitch. I'm not making up the fact that he's being criticized. Jonathan Lucroy having to take to Twitter to stand up for him. This is what's happening. Now, I don't agree with it, and Jamie, maybe you don't either, but there is that criticism. Speaking of criticism, I'm going to defend Jesse Nelson here, which pains me to do. But I think, and Jack in our YouTube comments makes this point as well, so I'm not the only one. Jesse, are you just protecting yourself from getting hurt? Because I don't know if you really believe what you're saying about Freddy Peralta.
No, I convinced myself of this Friday afternoon. This was before the Game 5 against the Cubs. This is Freddy Peralta in a non-must-win situation. Throw him all day. Love it. If you consider Game 2 tonight, down 1-0 in the series, to be a must-win game, the history of Freddy Peralta in must-win games concerns me, makes me nervous going to the game tonight to cheer him on.
Do you think your mom has that same polluted mindset?
I don't think she knows enough about the team, but she's never been to a playoff game before, and she really wanted to go, so the opportunity presented itself.
It's too bad they have no chance of winning because Freddy Peralta's pitching.
Does Usher George get like an Usher pass that he could come and like just go Usher?
He's got to work a
because
shift.
It's playoff baseball, there's more people. Does he get, like the Major League Baseball players get a golden pass where they go and whatever the best seats are that aren't sold, they get to go in and watch? Is there something similar in the Usher community?
No, unless you happen to know a fellow Usher who's working one of the doors and could just let you in, which they would never do because that would violate a bunch of policies. But
sure. So is Usher George not going? Just you and Mama?
Just me and Mama. Usher George will be watching BA
are
on the
you
call
driving,
on CBS.
and then is Mama staying with you, or how are you guys doing this?
We're meeting up at a neutral site, and then I will be driving in. She was very concerned about the parking situation when we were talking about our plans yesterday. Very concerned.
Well, if you get caught in the wrong lot, man, you're going to be sitting in there 2 hours. So, yeah, I can understand Mama Nelson being nervous about that. I get it.
We need to get to the 10 o'clock hour as late as we often do. We also have Jeff Passan coming up, so if he agrees with Jesse on Freddy Peralta.
He's going to be all in on the Dodgers. I could feel the national amount of – the storyline is the Brewers lose a tight game, and we're all worried about Shohei being 1 for 20. That's the national narrative. Nobody wants the Brewers to win except for us. I bet Passan's in the same boat. I bet he is.
I don't think Jeff Passan's previous appearances would indicate that he is, but we'll find out together when he joins us.
In fairness, Dodgers-Mariners checks a lot of boxes for the national folks.
How so?
The Dodgers are the big brand. The Mariners are the upstart team that's never been to the World Series. Cal Raleigh's the big dumper, the MVP.
Lovable.
Shohei Ohtani, Clayton Kershaw's last ride. Blake Snell, two-time Cy Young Award winner, who Don Larson the Brewers last night.
Freddy Peralta.
They got
Mookie.
They got pocket pancakes out there?
Freddie Freeman.
Well, if the Brewers are in the World Series, you'll be able to go into AmFam Field, and you can do it now tonight with Jesse and his mom through the Associated Bank gate at AmFam Field.
We'll
and
be
not only
using
that, there you go. See? It really works. So does your money. It works for you when you use Associated Bank. Whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, or whether it's Packers, Brewers, or Badgers checking, their best customer service in class always takes great care of you. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Brewers fall 2-1 to the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 1 of the NLCS last night at American Family Field. Blake Snell, Don Larson, the Milwaukee Brewers. 8 innings facing the minimum, allowing just 1 hit, striking out a career postseason high 10 for the 2-time Cy Young Award winner. The first pitcher since Don Larson's perfect game in the 1956 World Series to face the minimum in a postseason game through 8 innings. Manager Pat Murphy after the game.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching.
Is break. Technical difficulty there. We'll hear from Pat Murphy in our next update. In the meantime, Brewers-Dodgers Game 2 tonight of the NLCS at American Family Field. First pitch is set for 7:08. Pre-game coverage from the Brewers Radio Network starts at 6:30 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Expanded pre-game coverage starting at 6 o'clock with Brewers warm-up from our sister station, 620 WTMJ. Simulcast here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Tell you what, if you're listening in Madison, some people don't want Freddy Peralta pitching in a key game. Apparently, we don't want Jesse Nelson delivering a key update at the top of the hour.
That was a rough one. He's talking about Don Larson perfect games, and then I don't know what the heck happened. Whatever's going on. And by the way, let's stop with the Don Larson. The dude threw a perfect game. Old boy didn't throw a perfect game last night. I don't want to hear Don Larson. Don Larson is up here.
He was really
one of the greatest deals ever. He actually pitched. Hold up, and I'll let you interject like you had to on your butchered Sports Center. 9 innings, perfect game. Yogi the Bear jumps in his arms, and it was a thing of beauty. Last night he pitched 8 innings. Correct me if I'm wrong. Caleb Durbin got a hit. Not even a no-hitter. So we're trying to put this guy in, trying to compare him to some great, perfect game in the 60s, man? No. It's not the same. Go ahead.
He literally is the first pitcher to throw 8 innings in a postseason game facing the minimum amount of batters since Don Larson's perfect game in 1956.
Yes, but it's different than if you're
He
going to
didn't throw a
turn
perfect
Don
game.
Larson's name into a verb. It means throwing a perfect game, and he didn't do that.
He gave up one hit and he got picked off, and he didn't walk anybody.
Jesse, just admit that you really liked turning Don Larson into a
You're Don
verb.
Larson the heck out of stuff that doesn't need to be Don Larson. A matter of fact, I have an autographed picture of the Don Larson Yogi the Bear game.
Why do you keep calling him Yogi the Bear?
Yogi Berra. He's Yogi the Bear.
You're kind of our Yogi.
I don't know.
Okay. There's a few things I wanted to get to Packers-wise. I understand that we're very focused on the Brewers and Game 2 tonight, which, again, Jesse Nelson is protecting his feelings by projecting that Freddy Peralta is going to struggle. I hope he legit Don Larson's the Dodgers tonight. A perfect game would be amazing.
That would be pretty incredible.
Be an interesting conversation tomorrow.
I'll take
with
7
Jesse.
innings of
Yes,
four-hit
I know.
ball with 1 run.
Yep,
That's what
I would agree with that as well.
Right.
So a few things I wanted to get to on the Packers front, since a lot of people come here for that. The Packers, and I know they have a tie, which makes it a little different, but you realize they're one of only 2 teams in the NFC that have just 1 loss. In the loss column, they're in really good shape. Tampa Bay's the other one.
Yep.
I mean,
sounds
for
right.
a team that we've been critical of, and it feels like they're not playing anywhere close to how good they could be. Are they playing pretty good? Like, comparatively speaking, like the Bills lost again last night. The Eagles have lost multiple games now. Like, are we nitpicking? What are we doing when it comes to the Packers are we doing our job correctly, or are we undervaluing what they've done through 5 games?
So I think the problem is, as in sports and in life a lot of times, perception becomes reality and expectations are set off of things that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And after 2 weeks, we were all world. We were unbelievable. Our defense was the 85 Bears, the 0 Ravens. Our defense was dominant. And I think looking at it, our team, we all know our team is going to be a good team. Any of these people are saying, you're not going to make the playoffs. Oh, the North is gone. Oh, the Lions are going to win. Never bought any of that. Now, if you look at what we've done the last 3 games in comparison to the first 2, you're going to be very disappointed because it is not the same standard that we saw. But this standard that we've seen the last 3 weeks, while it has been meh, 1-1-1, as I said in the postgame show, you're not going to get any more meh than being 1-1-1. You don't stink. You're not great. You're existing. If you're 1-1-1, you're existing. Not where you want to be in an NFL deal. You either want to bottom out and stink, or you want to be playoff and best. This is a really good playoff team, and I would argue has the biggest amount of upside in our division and has the biggest amount of upside as far as the NFC goes. I think Green Bay has positioned itself very nicely. We have a lot of tough games coming up, no doubt. I still believe this is going to be the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. I am down on Philly more than I think I should be.
Okay.
Can they turn it around? I don't know if they can. They don't have, we all get caught up in what happened last year and experience and nut whacking. And we should, but they are not the same defense. They don't get after the passer like they did. They have holes in their secondary. They ain't running the ball. You remember the crazy stat on Saquon and how he had more yards non-contact than Josh Jacobs had contact?
Yep.
Those days are over, bruh. So Philly, there is, I would say, 3 or 4 teams still that I would look at and say, good football teams that, if they can stay healthy and continue to improve, have a really good chance to go deep in the playoffs. Green Bay is at the top of that list for me, even though I don't think we've lived up to what we saw the first 2 weeks. but I think our offense has gotten markedly better from that and will continue to. Our defense has slipped. And whether or not that's a slippage that you're going to be able to catch yourself and put that ice pick back in the mountain and start climbing again, or if we're just going to gradually keep sliding down that hill, I don't know the answer to that. And that's where I think the Green Bay Packers are right now.
We will see where the Green Bay Packers are in our Tuesday ESPN NFL Nation Power Rankings after Tausch tells us about how he's at the top of the heap when it comes to picking prize picks and being right.
Boy, we got to look at our show sheet. I'm all thrown off today, but I'm not thrown off when it comes to prize picks. From the baseball playoffs to you had everything last night. 2 playoff games, 2 NFL, and it's not a Sunday, it's a Monday. Ha! That's why the fall is great, and that's why prize picks is great. You can turn your cash. You can turn those sports opinions into real cash. Which players are going off? Which ones are a bit overhyped, Jaden Daniels? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Turn your takes into cash all season long. On prize picks, simple to play, more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get them right, cash, bam, into your account. Now you got NBA going, you got NHL. You really have your pick on prize picks of everything that you're looking for. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the big dog payout, power play that son of a gun, hockey term. Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick, easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good
to be right.
To be right. There we go.
The power rankings from Rob Domofsky and his ilk at the ESPN NFL Nation crew. Where do the Packers rank? And who's left to be #1 at this point? Jesse will tell us amid more research that he has done. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Most things feel good coming out of a victory. This week, 27-18 over the Cincinnati Bengals for the now 3-1-1 Green Bay Packers. But one negative, an injury for former first-round pick, defensive end Lucas Van Ness. After Van Ness sacked Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco on Sunday, he left the game and was carted off with an apparent foot injury. Head coach Matt LaFleur with sort of an update.
We definitely avoided something serious, but how long he'll be out, it remains to be seen.
Well, at least for now, Van Ness joins defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt on the shelf, who missed Sunday's game with a knee injury. Packers-Cardinals coming up Sunday. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Hey, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
Can you take a break from arguing with the guys on our Twitter, on our text chain, and give us this week's NFL Power Rankings?
Who's number 1, Tausch, in the
Tampa.
NFL Power Rankings?
Tampa.
Don Larson.
You are correct. The new number
That's not gonna
1,
last.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. After a win over the San Francisco 49ers, they are 5-1, and they are number 1, best in the NFL, according to ESPN's NFL Nation in the Week 7 Power Rankings.
I have a very intriguing question here, and
as you often
I don't
do,
fully understand this, but it's one thing to be a talking head and to have a show and to try to entertain and bring sports and have opinions, and you're going to be wrong sometimes, just like I hope Jesse's wrong that he thinks Freddie's not a big game pitcher. I hope he balls out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. And then there's you're making decisions on organizational structure, quarterback play. Your job is to make the right decisions. And if you don't make those, you get fired. And we put the term expert on so many different people, whether it's in the media or it's in politics or it's in sports. That whole thing is super intriguing to me. I don't get it, but what I want to say here is, because I'm getting to my point, Baker Mayfield is the reason Tampa is the number 1. And he has been dynamite. That run that he made on 3rd and 13 to kind of cinch up that game Sunday was phenomenal. He is a competitor.
MVP.
John Dorsey drafts him, right?
Yeah.
He gets fired.
Mm-hmm.
Stefanski was the coach, I do believe, when they let him go. And now Andrew Berry made the decision to let him go. And they bring in old boy for the worst contract in the history of football.
Indeed.
And then they draft Shador and they do this. And there's no ramifications. Like, if they had stuck with Baker Mayfield, Cleveland isn't Cleveland. Cleveland might be at the top of the list. And they're not paying Baker $60 million a year. They're paying him $30 million. The Browns I mean, that decision alone, you fire Callahan down in Tennessee, but Cleveland does all this, and all of the people that make those decisions are still there 3 years later? What am I missing? Can somebody explain it to me? They actually draft the guy, fire the guy that actually makes the right pick. Now, they should have drafted Josh Allen. That's another story. But Baker Mayfield is the MVP of the league right now. Now, I still think Jordan Love will end up being it. We'll cash Hard Rock Casino Rockford. But all of that, and these cats are still there? Something goofy about that to me. James Franklin gets fired for 3 games. Old boy gets fired after 23 games. But these two are fine? If I'm in Cleveland, I'm asking these questions today, like, what the hell is going on? And I'm watching our guy that we should have been. By the way, who's more Cleveland than Baker? Underdog, undersized, tough, gritty. Lake Erie tough. And he's down in Tampa basking in the sun saying, y'all are idiots. And he's right.
So is this right? John Dorsey drafted both Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield?
He drafted Baker for sure, and I think he drafted Mahomes, and he got run out of town on both occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's accountability for doing your job well. You get fired.
Well, what is? I mean, legit. How does that happen?
Well, where was we all evolve and grow, right? You were talking about Jordan Love and the interception,
listen,
and
man,
you grow.
You know, sports is different than sports. It's
right,
different
but Baker Mayfield, when they released him, was not playing like Baker Field is now.
No, he was injured. By the way, Jason, he had separated his shoulder, and he could have just sat out.
Right, and he played through it.
But he grinded through, and they said, "Oh, that's tough and that's great," but we're going to bring in a dude that we know has got like 28 charges against him, and we're going to give him the most guaranteed money in the history of the world.
Yeah, terrible.
And we're going to keep our jobs? Huh. That's weird to me.
Fair critique. Jesse,
I saw Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo is the GOAT of this. Tony Rizzo is. I saw his clip on ESPN Cleveland, our sister station. He is the best in the business at this stuff.
He is amazing.
He was getting after Miles. He's getting after Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett. Listen, man, you knew what you were signing up for. You took the cash. You took the cash. You can't sit here and complain and then not have an impact in a game and complain after. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it, Edinburgh.
Number 2, the Detroit Lions.
That helm sucks.
Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, the Indianapolis Colts.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes.
JT, 28. Number 5, the Philadelphia Eagles. Despite dropping 2 straight games, including to Scattaboo and the New York Giants on Thursday night. Number 6, the Green Bay Packers. Checking in the ESPN NFL Nation Power Rankings, up 2 spots from number 8 last week.
Did people drop
even
behind them?
All of the gloom and doom and just the non-excitement that I felt walking out of Lambeau, and I think most of our fans kind of, not gloom and doom, that's too strong, but just the lunch pail, fire it in your front seat, get behind the wheel and drive home, open up the garage door and maybe crack open a Coors Light at the house and say, it's good. You ain't popping champagne. And we move up 2 spots. Green Bay is positioned beautifully for where we're at.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautifully. For having a game you gift wrapped away and a crappy tie. Green Bay's going to end up 12-4-1, somewhere 11-4-2, whatever it might end up being. 11-4-1, I guess it would be. 11-4-2. That'd be fun for them to get another tie. I'd like to see them have 2 ties this year. That'd be fun. But they're going to be in position, especially if they can go up on Thanksgiving Day and beat Detroit. they're going to be in position to be the 1 or 2 seed in the NFC and have every opportunity to go to a Super Bowl. That's how I see this. And there is no the team that I would probably say, where was Kansas City on that list, J-Dog?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
J-Dog.
Check in at number 9 on the list. They are down 2 spots from number 7 last week.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Nutwhack?
For everybody not listening, Nutwhack. Kansas City has shown me I'm not putting Kansas City outside of the top 4 the rest of the season.
You're the guy who unnut-whacked them once upon a time. You learned your lesson.
Not this year, I didn't.
Yeah,
it was 2 years ago. They struggled. They were they had to win 2 road games to get to the Super. They had to beat Baltimore and Buffalo on the road. They did it. And after that, I told y'all I ain't ever I never said anything about Kansas City. I've kind of just sat back. They're struggling. Rice is back. Their offense looks good. They don't get penalties. They played the first clean game in the history of the NFL after having 13 penalties the night before.
Chargers kind of
so they don't
now.
make mistakes anymore. They got a great coach.
They got the refs.
Kansas City's going to – I hate to tell you all this. Kansas City's going to end up in the Super Bowl. I hope it's Green Bay, Kansas City. That's what I'm hoping for. Kansas City's going to be a Super Bowl team this year.
Well, that would be fun if it's Packers-Chiefs. Another tie this season, as Tausch said, would be fun. And so is our trip to England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We're leaving July 5th. Not we, Tausch, unless you've made plans that I'm not aware of. You're not going. I am.
I am not, no.
Leaving North America for the first time. I'm excited, and you will be as well. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities, stand before Big Ben in London, and then later gaze out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore storybook villages like Chester and Tausch's favorite, Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon. I know that's your favorite stop that I'm going to be making. We'll also take a scenic train ride through the rolling hills leading to the medieval city of York. It's all part of this incredible journey. Iconic landmarks, cozy villages, bustling city streets, peaceful countryside views. We will experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. If you want more information, and I sure hope you do, all you got to do is text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776, or just go to the website ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com. That's ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com. A little less than a month, we're going to do a meet and greet at Buck and Honey's in Monona. It's going to be great. So hope everyone's getting excited. I know Paula and the girls and I are for sure.
Can Tausch and I come to that even if we might not make it on the trip?
Yeah, I think so. I think people would love to. I mean, maybe some
people
people
just want to learn.
Yeah.
Like people want to learn about what this adventure with the Wildies is going to be like.
And they want to learn how to say Edinburgh.
Bruh.
Jesse tells me there's two.
Probably going to get some of that good scrimp. Or are they going to go only? Is Tommy and the Buck and Honey's crew only going to make
like
UK
English
food?
Type foods?
Is going to be fish and chips?
Oh,
and,
sure, yeah.
That would be. I would think that's what they would want to do.
Spot of tea.
I saw Tommy.
Scottish egg. Scottish eggs are good, by the way.
Is that the same as a Scotch egg?
I don't know. Probably.
But different than a Rocky Mountain oyster.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what any of these things are, honestly.
I believe a Rocky Mountain oyster is, well, let me, Jesse, do some research on that for me, because I know you're big on research today. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member-first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Shop the Big
The new Piggly Wiggly Pig Points program is here, and earning rewards just got easier. Now you'll earn 10 Pig Points for every $1 you spend, and redeem those points on your favorite products right in the store. It's simple, it's rewarding, and it's all right here at your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly. So shop more, earn more, and save more only at Piggly Wiggly. Sign up today at shopthepig.com.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Make the best seat in the house yours. Carbless delivers the handcrafted cocktail experience right to your living room. Bold flavor, no carbs, no sugar, just 100 calories, and all the taste with none of the extra baggage. From kickoff to the final play, Carbless is your game day go-to. Hosting friends, watching with family, or celebrating every big drive, Carbless keeps the good times pouring. So when the game's on the line, make the winning call. Skip the mixing, grab the bliss, and make every seat the best seat in the house. Find Carbless near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
We're going to play trivia coming up next. Now that I'm looking at the right show sheets. It was supposed to be prize picks to start this hour. We're just one read behind on Kohler Services because I'm an idiot. Speaking of the Power Rankings Tuesday, Jesse, a lot of times on Tuesday we don't even get to the Power Rankings, so we definitely don't get to the little blurb that all the 32 Domovskis post with their team's power ranking. I know you're excited about this one. What's this week's?
I thought this was a good one for context here. 6 weeks into the season, what is the lesson learned for all 32 NFL teams so far?
Are you going to read on
season?
the radio?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Rob Domovsky.
Let's guess. Can I guess what my
guess
lesson
first.
learned
Yeah,
would be?
guess first.
take special teams serious. Don't try and piecemeal things together. Get your blank together. Put your starters in. If you need your starters to protect field goals, put them in. You need to put your best returner back there, put them back there. We're not putting, get somebody. Special teams need to be a part of what you're doing, and special teams have cost the Green Bay Packers a loss and a tie so far.
So just for accuracy, are you saying that's your lesson learned, or are you saying that's what you think Rob Domofsky picked as his lesson learned?
No, I think it's mine. I'm not getting inside of Rob's head. Rob and I disagree on a lot more stuff than I thought. After that Bisaccia deal, I'm just dumbfounded that Rob, and I know Rob, there's no way Rob is going to, that's like saying you expect your 8-year-old kid to have the same amount of responsibilities as your 22-year-old kid. No, it's just not. Those aren't facts. And when Rob went down that rabbit hole, I legitimately, after he hung up, I was like, that was disappointing.
You felt like you had to reevaluate your position on him?
No, I just perspective will tell you things.
Okay.
A lot of things. And I learned a lot about Rob that day. Go ahead.
For those who missed it, Tausch is referring to a discussion about expectations for Rich Bisaccia's special teams unit because
he gets paid a lot.
The highest paid special teams coordinator in the league.
Matter.
All right, anyway, that wasn't it. Rob Domofsky's...
somebody, well, hey, is your kid playing baseball or softball with us next year? And they're 9 years old, and they're like, I don't know, I'm leaving it up to my kid. No, you're not. That seems crazy to me, too. Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Jeez.
Sounds like an oddly specific example.
Yeah, it's an odd conversation. I'll spare you the details because I'm still
feel like we just got a good amount of them, actually. Names are pretty much the only thing missing. I think we got the rest.
At least we know it wasn't the Big O. All right. Jesse, I was going to say...
Actually, the Big O irritated me because
oh my God.
We had his kid. We tried to get his kid to play in a 15U tournament one year, and he ended up staying back. And there's no family more competitive than the Big O's. All right? That is as competitive. Addison's with the Hawkeyes. Unfortunately, was unable to play. Got another kid that plays. He got a kid that's around Max's age, a year old, and he stayed back to go to a party instead of playing ball. Still irritated with Big O on that one, but I digress.
This is all my fault, and I take full ownership.
I didn't bring any of this up, FYI.
Nope, no, you didn't.
Other than the oddly specific, you're letting your 9-year-old decide if he's playing baseball or not.
Can you imagine that, though? You just say, listen, man, I think it's a better fit somewhere else. You don't put it on your kid. Like, come on, nobody's doing that. Like, are we being serious?
Apparently somebody is. From what I can
Jason,
gather.
hey, is Sid gonna end up playing golf or? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to her. She wants to ride motorcycles, so we're gonna let her ride motorcycles. Oh yeah, okay. I'm sure that would happen. Yeah, great.
No,
she's gonna go into Daredevil school. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do because that's what she wants to do. Get out of here.
Is this the part where I admit that Sid has chosen not to play basketball this year to focus on volleyball?
You can go where. Listen, man, I don't censor you. I let you do what you want to do. I'm not interested in censoring you. Say what you want.
Say what you need to say.
If Sid came to you and said, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm thinking about doing something different, and it's something crazy, I don't think you're just going to say, well, that's what you want to do. Okay. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen.
Rob Domofsky says the Packers' lesson learned is Green Bay is playing with fire.
The heck does that?
You know what? I'd love to go on this trip to Avondale and to Edinburgh. But you know what, Mom, Dad, you guys go there. I'm going to Antarctica. Okay, that's what you want to do. Go for it. I'm sure that'll happen.
The Packers,
no, she's excited about the trip.
The Packers are the only team in the NFL that has held a double-digit lead in every game this season, Rob Domofsky writes.
I'm going to go to Papua New Guinea. I'm going to go to Papua New Guinea, and I'm going to go by myself. Because that's something that I saw in a book.
Those leads were not safe. They blew a 10-0 advantage in a 13-10 loss to the Browns, up 13-0 against the Cowboys, and came away with a 40-40 tie. And in the latest game, saw a 14-point lead in the second half, cut to 6 points against the Bengals. They've established a dangerous way to live. Rob Domofsky.
Yeah, well, the expectations don't matter. So as long as they, no big deal. Right?
I didn't realize he does love that stat. He mentioned it on our little TV show that we do together as well.
He's repurposing numbers.
Yeah, he's doing material.
It's his version of a double dip.
But
he's running stuff by, and he's like a comic. He's seeing what hits, and if that stat is good on WBAY, then he'll bring it out to all of our
testing it
shows.
out. Yeah,
then
exactly.
And he's doing all of it for the big ESPN. And if some of it doesn't hit, he'll just pull back and go something else.
So on Friday when he joins us, he's going to use that stat again. See how it plays.
I bet he doesn't. I bet he's got new material by Friday.
You would think so. I do at some point. We're going to play trivia next, but I am curious, and I don't know if we have the audio of it, and if I ask Jesse for it at 10:53, we definitely won't have it by 11:53. But I did ask Matt LaFleur about the fourth quarter defense, and he basically acknowledged that he and Jeff Hafley are scratching their heads as to why. And I would like to get Tausch's view of that, since he and Vonnie Holliday were sitting together watching more fourth quarter defensive lapses on Sunday at Lambeau Field. But we can't do that because we need to play trivia, and also Tausch needs to tell us about Jones Dairy Farm. Jesse, it is Badgers Trivia Tuesday. It may be the first time that we've talked about the Badgers since Saturday's game. Like, we may have mentioned the school and the team
it was in the montage.
passing.
What are you talking about?
What?
All over the montage. It was in montage all day.
Our extent of talking about the game was Tausch's critique that there was too much included in the montage of the game.
Yes, which I thought was a fair
Your
critique.
Major League Baseball team has never won a World's Championship. They have a absolute thrilling beatdown of their old manager and the newest big rival.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here talking about a 37-point drubbing? I'm sorry. No. What did I pie charted it up, and I thought I was very fair. 65, 10, and 25. Is that what I did math-wise? Is what it should have been? And it was way too even. It was like close to 33 and a third across the board. That's all.
I don't have a problem with Tausch's critique there. It was a lot for a game that was capital B, capital A, capital D bad. Trivia hopefully will be good. Jesse, what caller would you like?
Caller 7, since the Badgers are averaging 6.7 points a game in Big Ten play.
I thought you were going to say because they're ranked
6-7.
They're 18th in the conference right now in terms of the standings, I believe.
And how many teams are there in the conference, Jason?
18.
Yeah.
Caller number 7. That's why I was hoping for 18. Caller 7, 844-770-3776. Hey, that's the number you can also text travel to if you're interested in our trip to London. 844-770-3776. Caller 7 plays trivia next after Tausch tells us about one of his favorite trips to make, and that is to Jones Dairy Farm.
Fort Atkinson, absolutely. Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, and they are best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. It's available in pork, in chicken, and in turkey. Sausage is made with fresh meat only, no fillers, nitrates, MSG, any of that gluten. Eaten healthy and clean. It's been part of the Jones Dairy recipe for years. And the bacon, life-changing. What makes it so special? Dry aged for up to 3 weeks. Intense flavor. It is worth the wait. And oh, baby, we have Eleanor is in. This is, I think, Eleanor's last video. It's coming out later this week. She's a star. She stole the show. And you have to wait and see when she ate that Braunschweiger. It's a fantastic clip.
That's the one I've been waiting for.
Oh, this is the
Braunschweiger
episode.
You can find all of Jones' products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. Just check the website at jonesdairyfarm.com.
Is it like a season-ending cliffhanger?
It's like The Sopranos. She goes to eat the Braunschweiger
It goes
and
black.
it cuts to black.
Playing Journey in the background.
It is a fantastic clip. I mean, she's Wolf.
Believe it. Sorry. Go ahead.
You done?
I am.
Okay. she's wolfing down bacon. She's eating. I threw a couple of jabs at her, but the penultimate, it was the Braunschweiger, and you'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Hell of a tease. Trivia's next.
That's not what penultimate means.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. This fall, Buck & Honey's is celebrating their 15-year anniversary with 15 days of giveaways. From October 6th through the 20th, they're giving away a huge prize to one lucky winner every single day. Buck & Honey's is beyond grateful for their loyal guests and the amazing team who've supported them over the years, and it's time to give back. Enter at any of their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb, and follow them on social media for more ways to sign up. I'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels, celebrating 91 years with savings on furniture and mattresses. Trusted for quality and comfort. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Wisconsin football still unable to get it right. This after Bucky was shut out for the first time at home in 45 years. Can the program figure things out before the hole becomes even deeper? Riley Elk's thoughts on the current program during Wisconsin College Game Day's postgame show.
This is not acceptable. It doesn't matter who's coaching the team right now, man. I just want someone who cares about Wisconsin. So I don't care who our coach is anymore. I've wanted Luke Fickell to succeed. That clearly at this point is not going to happen anymore.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison is throwing the Halloween party of the year. Join the fun Friday, October 31st at our Halloween Bonanza Costume Contest. We're giving away $6,000 in cash prizes at our 9 p.m. drawing. But get creative because the better the costume, the bigger the prize. You'll also enjoy a DJ, a free photo booth, a treat bag with a free drink ticket, plus $10 in rewards play when you arrive wearing a costume. Bring your Halloween spirit to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
We're on the Badgers.
This is about pride. I mean, you're playing on a team, and you go out and play like that.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
To have Iowa put the game away in the first quarter, give me a break.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We'll get to the 11 o'clock hour, even though it's already 11 o'clock coming up. But first, it's time for trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It is time for trivia. Let's welcome in our contestants. Tausch, what's your role going to be here today?
I'm just going to listen. I'm a listener today. I've been talking way too much today.
Let's welcome in Brian in Williams Bay. Brian, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. It's my pleasure to spend a few moments every once in a while with you guys.
Well, it is our pleasure to have
Williams Bay, too. By the way, Williams Bay, beautiful. I think I've mentioned this every time he calls in.
I believe so. Greenfield, also beautiful.
Well, I've been to both places.
I know.
Well, Brian has settled back down into Williams Bay. I think, not that saying you're picking your favorite kid or whatnot, but he's picked Williams Bay to...
Well, he moved from Greenfield to
here
Bills Bay.
Now I'm ending here.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Well, trivia is Badgers trivia, which means that you'll probably get 0 right because that's how many points they scored in Saturday's game. Question number 1, Brian, is this. Ohio State has won 10 consecutive football games against Wisconsin, a streak that began in 2011, when which interim head coach led the Buckeyes to an upset victory in Columbus over Russell Wilson and the Badgers. Ohio State beating Wisconsin was an upset in this game?
In this one it was.
Wow. What a wild world. Was the coach of the Buckeyes in that game Urban Meyer, Luke Fickell, or Romeo Crennel?
Urban Meyer.
So far, so good. Just like the Badgers. Scoreless in the first quarter. It was Luke Fickell.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Question 2 is this.
And he has a chance to end that streak on Saturday.
He does have a chance. They are playing the game.
Big opportunity to win.
Keep swinging. Question 2, Brian. Wisconsin football is playing the number 1 ranked team in the country in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1974 and 1975. Which team was ranked number 1 when the Badgers played them last season? Was it Alabama, Oregon, or Penn State?
Alabama.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
He's got a chance.
Go ahead, laugh.
The number 1 ranked team that the Badgers played very tough, by the way, last season at Camp Randall, the Oregon Ducks, who lost.
Battle. Should have had him on the ropes.
And who lost on Saturday to Indiana at Autzen Stadium. All right, question 3, and the opportunity to go scoreless, just like Luke Fickell's team.
Chance to make 3 mistakes, just like Hunter Simmons did.
Please don't throw this right into the midst of a defensive lineman. 17th ranked Wisconsin men's hockey hosts a top 25 opponent in its first home series of the season this weekend at the Kohl Center. The opponent is the team Badgers head coach Mike Hastings coached before coming to Wisconsin. Which team is it? Is it North Dakota, Minnesota State, or Colgate?
North Dakota.
Congratulations, you did it, Luke.
He's killing
it.
Way to go, Fick.
Atta baby. Atta baby.
Brian, you got 0 right. I was really kidding when we started. I did not want that to happen, but it did. Unlike the Badgers, you do get one entry into Friday's drawing by being the proper caller. So you got that going for you, which is nice. Otherwise, though...
Unlike Fickle, I'll still have my job at the end of the year.
You definitely have a spot with us every time you call. Brian, thanks. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
Tausch, would you like to take this opportunity to tell us about Kohler Services when I didn't have you tell us about Kohler Services when you were supposed to tell us about Kohler Services?
Absolutely. I'll tell you about Kohler Services all day, every day, if you let me. Refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services this month only. 0 interest financing for 12 months, and you get a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their many skilled installers, they'll demo your existing bath or shower, remove it, dispose of it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote. Fast professional installation that is always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts with some Barry Alvarez, and it starts in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus and Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. The Milwaukee Brewers got Don Larsoned by Blake Snell and the Los Angeles Dodgers last night. Okay, not quite a perfect game, but for the first time since Don Larson's perfect game in the 1956 World Series, a starting pitcher, Blake Snell, in the MLB postseason, went 8 innings facing the minimum amount of hitters. Just 1 hit allowed by Blake Snell, and even with all that, the Brewers had the bases loaded with a chance to tie or win the game in the bottom of the ninth. 2-1 the final score. Pat Murphy after the game on Blake Snell's performance against his team.
His breaking ball was so good. He could flip it in there for a strike and then have the one below. It was really hard to discern, and the changeup was dominant to right-handers. So it was really, really difficult to get a beat on it. Yeah, he did. We couldn't get anything going. You know, those pitches are really hard to bunt. They're really hard to put in play, and, you know, we don't usually punch out 10 times, but, you know, that's what happened.
Game 2 tonight, 7:08 first
Metro
pitch.
Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Wilde and Tausch begins now. And in respect, I know we respect all of our guests, but to varying degrees. And Jeff Passan.
What does that mean?
So you're tiering. So even though you give Jesse all this grief, you're tiering your guests.
Well, yes and no. So, like, Bulaga's on every week. If we get to him a couple minutes late, he kind of knows, right? And Jeff Passan's joined us a bunch of times. And so he kind of knows that our clock management is never stellar. But it's playoff time. I don't want to keep him waiting. So out of respect for Jeff, who has been nice enough to never change Jesse's contact information in his phone to do not answer under any circumstances, or whatever the phrase was that he puts those contacts into his phone as, I want to get to him quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm curious, do we want to bounce off Jesse's Freddy Peralta theory? Do we want to bounce that off of him and see what he thinks?
Yes.
What do you
And
predict?
Jesse,
will he tell Jesse that he doesn't know what he's talking
Jesse's
about?
An idiot. He'll say Jesse's an idiot.
He'll call it like he
Which is why
sees
we
it.
wanna bounce it off.
And if he agrees with Jesse, he'll say that too.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we respect about Jeff. And the fact that he continues to do our program. So we look forward to him joining us. He is scheduled to appear. What a great first segment of the 11 o'clock hour.
Guess we're still going to wait talking about the Badgers, huh? Funny how that works.
Go boo in a bar.
Maybe Friday we'll get around to it.
I doubt we'll be talking about them on Monday. Jeff Passan of ESPN joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app, whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew. Let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with 0 upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Before he actually joins us, I just want to state for the record, we have a common friend in Charles Robinson, who we worked with at Yahoo, who always told me what a great guy this guy is, and he has always proven to be that. I still can't believe, though, with how annoying Jesse can be, that we have not ended up on that do not answer list in his phone. Like, that, to me, is a miracle.
Coming. This is one of those deals, enjoy every moment you get, because it could be the last. So that would be my recommendation.
We won't call him again until the Brewers are in the World Series. And according to Jesse, with Freddy Peralta that he doesn't believe in, it's going to be tough to get there. Joining us now, he is the preeminent baseball voice on ESPN. He knows everything, and he makes us smarter every time he joins us. It is Jeff Passan on Wilde and Tausch. Jeff, good morning. How are you, buddy?
A false premise to think that just because I have somebody on the do not answer list doesn't mean that I wouldn't actually answer it. Jesse's been there from the beginning, and sometimes I just, sometimes you want to do nice things for nice people, and that's you, Jason. Like, you're not the one who hired Jesse. You're not the one who's into bowling.
I'm also not the one who's very worried about our horse pitch. Our ace is on the mound, and Jesse thinks it's a bad idea. Please, Jesse, tell Jeff what your theory is, because I don't want to misrepresent how stupid you're being.
I'm not saying don't pitch Freddy Peralta. I'm saying I don't have total confidence in Freddy Peralta because his recent playoff starts in must-win games, which we are viewing tonight as a must-win game, have not been stellar. He's the James Franklin of MLB starting pitchers of recent memory. He has not performed well in the biggest games that we've needed him in his career. And tonight is one of those nights. I'll be there cheering him on, but I'm nervous that he's going to have a performance like he did in Game 4 against the Cubs.
Jeff?
I don't think it's unwarranted, but at the same time, who would you rather have out there than Freddy Peralta?
Well,
he wants to pitch the Miz.
Jeff, you were on this show when I had a day off in July.
Worked out well for everybody.
Wasn't an accident.
But you said something that day about when we were in the middle of Miz Mania, that the Miz has special stuff to be an elite ace in Major League Baseball. And I don't think it's a coincidence that last week, Pat Murphy threw Freddy Peralta in Game 4, which was not a must-win at Wrigley Field, and brought the Miz in, who delivered in Game 5 at home against the Cubs. How about that?
Yeah, you're not convincing me.
That was worth a
I
shot.
feel better now.
Here's the thing. Jacob Mizorowski is going to pitch in this series, and he's going to pitch in an important game, and all games are important. I mostly agree with you that tonight is a must-win. I'm not entirely there. There have been 27 series, I think 28 now after yesterday, where the home team has lost the first two games of a 7-game series in baseball. 3 times teams have come back from that. So it's not impossible, but you guys have gotten a pretty good look at the Dodgers at this point, and I think last night was a game that's reflective of what they are right now, which is a team that is built around pitching, and yet there's not a whole lot of pitchers that they have a ton of faith in. And it's what should give Brewers fans hope. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is sort of like Freddy Peralta in that, big games, the last start out wasn't very good, but has the ability to go out there and throw 6 or 7 shutout innings. And frankly, the Dodgers are going to need that because we saw Roki Sasaki last night. For the first time, looked like he was vulnerable this postseason, and Blake Snell needed Bryce Turang to chase that pitch out of the zone on 2-2 because otherwise they're 3-2 and ball out of the strike zone there. That game could have been tied very easily. I'll say this. I know the Brewers lost last night. I know any home loss, especially game 1 of a series, can be pretty heartbreaking. But they were facing the guy who right now in Blake Snell is pitching as well as anybody on the planet. And I really appreciated the fight that they showed. They got sunned for 8 innings, and then they came out in the 9th and looked like they still had that moxie that we've seen all season long. So I don't think the Brewers are going to roll over. I think the Dodgers are a better team, but better teams don't always win in October, and one loss does not a chaotic situation make.
Jeff, doesn't this come down to, you said last night, the 8 innings, it was a thing of, he was masterful, then you get into that bullpen. Isn't that that's what this lineup needs to do, right, is find ways to get into that Dodgers bullpen? Because you look at the regular season and how it played out with the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brewers got into that pen, and that's how they ended up, I think, going 6-0 against them. So isn't that the formula for this series too?
Yeah, I do think that if you look back at who the Dodgers were playing at the time, they were pretty banged up. This is a different Dodgers team. This is like the version of themselves that they've been waiting all season to unleash. So I do think that there's stuff that you can take from those 6 games that they won in July, but I think the smarter thing to do would be to look at, okay, what have we got right now? What are we facing that's directly in front of us? Because the more you harp on the things you did, the less you spend time thinking about the things you have to do now. And what the Brewers have to do, they have to work deep into at-bats. They cannot let a starting pitcher go 8 innings because that's the formula the Dodgers want to go and advance to the World Series this year. That's what they know they're going to have to do with the lack of trust in the bullpen and with their offense struggling the way it has. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the Brewers being patient. And when a guy is throwing quality pitches to the extent that Blake Snell was yesterday, it's really hard to be patient. Like I saw this in games 1 and 2 of the ALCS. In game 1 in particular, Bryce Miller goes out and throws 27 pitches in the first inning. And after that, I think he had 10. I think the Mariners had something like 6 innings of sub-10 pitches, which is insanely efficient. And they did that because they're throwing strikes. And if you are in the zone and if you are getting ahead of hitters, they're going to be aggressive early on because they know that free passes aren't on the table. They understand that you're somebody who gets the ball 4 strikes and can get ahead in the counts. And then you have to start making decisions that you might not make otherwise. So it's all about making the batter uncomfortable through living in the zone. And that's something that I think is going to be the key if the Brewers want to win this series.
Jeff, have you ever seen a double play like you saw last night with the 8-6-2 unassisted? Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's got to be the first in history, right? Like what an exceptionally weird play, and what it takes for something like that to happen is a lot of fortune. I mean, the ball falling right into Sal Frelick's glove, the perfect relay with Joey Ortiz, William Contreras having the knowledge in the field to make sure his foot's on the plate so he can get the force out and then run down to third base. And beyond that, Teoscar Hernandez just making a blunder, because that's what it was. That doesn't happen if Teoscar Hernandez understands that the second the ball is in Sal Frelick's glove, whether he caught it or whether it hit the wall or whatever the case is, you got to be running. There's no excuse, none whatsoever, to get thrown out from over 400 feet away.
Talking with Jeff Passan on Wilde and Tausch. Jeff, you're in Toronto, Jesse tells me, so you went to those first two games. I, as a story lover, not necessarily someone who's worried about ratings, I want like the Seattle Pilots World Series. I want Brewers Mariners.
I mean, as somebody who lives in the Midwest and appreciates the plight of smaller markets, I would love that too. And I would love it because it would give us a World Series with a first-time champ, right?
Right.
Like that to me is everything. I want to see cities that have rooted for teams for decades fruitlessly, with no seeming light at the end of the tunnel, finally get to experience what it's like to win a championship. Nothing in sports to me is better than a city celebrating something after spending decades just waiting for it. It validates sports fandom. It's the reason that we watch these games. The little dopamine rushes that they give us every day, it's wonderful. But everything being part of a bigger plan, that's where the good stuff is.
So I bring that up because, and I would say this behind your back, even if you're not, like, I don't know how you know all that you know about all 30 teams. Like, I cover the Packers. I feel like I'm a pretty good expert when it comes to that. I don't know the other 31 teams. I don't know how you do it. But as I have watched this Brewers season, and I love the storylines, I saw something where Pat Murphy is talking to Bob Costas, and he talks about how it's about the people, it's about the who. And as a former college coach, I'm fascinated by the culture he's created. And they have to be good players, I get it. But as the father of a college baseball player, as someone who is around all these managers all the time, is he vastly different than other like, is he in a different category, or do I just not know enough of the other managers to be able to say, no, this guy's a lot like Pat Murphy, that guy's a lot like Pat Murphy? Am I just not well versed enough to know that there's others of his ilk?
No, I think that's a totally fair statement, actually, because Pat Murphy is a dying breed. The baseball lifer who got his opportunity far later than most. The baseball lifer who doesn't have the resume of some of these guys. That is, like, for him to ascend the way that he has, and then to so seamlessly slide into this job like he's had it for 15 years and like he's been a lifer in Major League Baseball, has been one of the most deft transitions I've ever seen. And I've been covering baseball for upward of 25 years now.
Yeah.
Craig Counsell, when he was in Milwaukee, seemingly had a well-oiled machine working. And what he did with some of the Brewers' bullpens and the strategic moves that he made, and taking this team that's on a pretty skinflint payroll every year and helping shape it into a winner, he created that. But what Pat Murphy's done is take what Craig Counsell put in place and make it his own. And it is a really, really difficult thing to do. You have to have a forceful personality and extreme confidence in yourself and your abilities to walk into that room when Counsell's done things the way that he has for as many years as he did in Milwaukee, and say, I appreciate all these things. I'm going to take the best parts of them, but I'm also going to make this clubhouse my own. And I think Pat Murphy has unequivocally done that, and it's been a wonderful thing to see, because other guys in that position might not be the forces of nature that Murph is, but you spend 5 minutes with the guy, and he's one of the most charming people that you're ever going to meet, and you can tell that he cares. And I think the players feel that care, and they want to run through brick walls for him.
Yeah, the only things I don't like about him are that fictional letter that he claimed was written by Bob Uecker, and the fact that he makes people introduce themselves when they are new to the press conferences. Like, he even did that to Jesse, which he didn't know what kind of can of worms he was opening there. Does he make you do that? I mean, you're Jeff Blank and Passan.
I haven't covered a Brewers game this postseason yet, so we will see.
So you're going to have to.
Well, get ready.
Who's this guy?
You know what? Sometimes in situations like that, like when in Rome, I don't ever begrudge anyone for that. I appreciate the fact that in a time now where interpersonal communication is as poor as any of us have ever seen it, that somebody wants to rely on just sort of an old school way of doing things. And what he asks of others, I ask my sons to do when they meet people. So I don't think politeness and getting to know someone's name and address them by name is ever a bad thing.
Just tell him you're Schefter. All right, we want to play one last thing. So when you were on earlier this year, it was before the trade deadline. And Jesse, against all odds, has this clip ready for us. So here is Jeff Passan, with Jeff Passan on live and on Memorex, talking about where the Brewers were as the trade deadline approached on Wilde and Tausch.
I think the Brewers are one big bat away from being a legitimate World Series contender. Like, I think that's what the ceiling of this team is. And I think they could probably use another relief arm, though, honestly, the way that McGill and Uribe have pitched this year, the way that Ashby has looked lately in particular, it's like, man, they keep adding, and they keep getting better.
So you may turn out to still very much be right, but later on in that clip, you also say, I don't know who that bat is. There might not be one that's worthwhile going after. Andrew Vaughn kind of ends up filling that role to some degree.
Yeah.
What
do you think
the day Vaughn made his debut with the Brewers?
Right. So how do you kind of view that now? And look, they could lose this series, it could end by you going, boy, if they'd had one more big bat, maybe they do win the series and they are in the World Series, right?
Yeah, and I look at the Tigers and the Brewers actually in the same regard. Two teams that have excellent farm systems and did not dip into them at the trade deadline, because what is Matt Arnold always trying to do with this organization? It is ever more a balancing act between how much do we pour into the team that we have right now versus how much do we save going forward. And when you're an organization that runs $125 million payroll in a $500 million payroll world, those are the really hard decisions that you do have to make. And if things go sideways in this series for the Brewers, there will always be that second guessing. And I get it. It's understandable. It's easy to do in the aftermath of disappointment, potentially. But I do think the Brewers, as currently constituted, are still good enough to beat the Dodgers. I think that happens. If you play this series out 100 times, it happens 45. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm always a talent person. I will always bet on talent. And I just think that the Dodgers have a little bit more than the Brewers right now. And maybe that changes in the future. Maybe Jesus Mate comes up and is the star that everybody I talk with who's seen him think he's going to be. And maybe it's Cooper Pratt, and maybe it's Luis Pena, and maybe it's all of them. The present, as good as it is for the Brewers, I think actually pales compared to the future. And I think this has the Brewers right now have the opportunity to put together the best 5-year run that we have seen from them in the franchise's history. And they just need to keep being good at what they do, which is drafting and signing internationally, developing players, and if they do dip into free agency, hitting on that. And I did a breakdown of the roster. It was really interesting to look at it. The Brewers 26-man roster in the NLCS has one major league free agent, and that's Jose Quintana. They build things differently than just about every other team, and what they've built right now is made for a pretty fantastic 2025 season that, hopefully for the people of Milwaukee, won't be over in the next week.
He is ESPN's Jeff Passan. He is the absolute best, and I will tell you this, we never, ever, ever take you for granted, and we appreciate you always making time for us, even though you don't even like Jesse that much.
I was going to say
Jeff.
Jesse does, but the rest of you guys, thank you. I appreciate that. And Jesse, go into a closet.
I'll text you next week.
See ya.
That is the great Jeff Passan. We are always smarter when we get to talk to him.
Why is Jesse now more happy about with Passan saying that we have our best 5 years ahead of us? He is sitting here freaking out, saying we don't have a chance tonight, and he's waving his towel because Passan says that we have a great 5-year run coming, and this is just we're way ahead of schedule. I heard him basically say we're way ahead of schedule, and we have a 5-year run where we're going to be better than we are right now.
This is dynasty opportunity here is what he's saying. If we win it this year, heck yeah, watch out.
Okay. Let's just get through this week. Let's just get through tonight with not having enough faith in your best pitcher. All right, more Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Audi Madison is where performance meets precision. Take advantage of the 3.99% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 customer bonus when you purchase a 2025 Audi A6 sedan 5.5 TFSI Quattro. No down payment to qualified credit, must finance through Wells Fargo. Customer bonus is only available until November 3rd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
From color-changing Alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Rowe. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen, and now you can hear the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Radio in the second best college town in the world. Sorry, Badgers fans. I mean, I am a Michigan man. The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
But I won't cry for yesterday. There's a long and world.
I do think the Brewers, as currently constituted, are still good enough to beat the Dodgers. I think that happens if you play this series out 100 times. It happens 45. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm always a talent person. I will always bet on talent. And I just think that the Dodgers have a little bit more than the Brewers right now.
That is Jeff Passan, who joined us moments ago. You'll be able to get the full entirety of that conversation if you missed it, and it is well worth your time. A little bit later on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Pretty much everywhere you want to get it except for Spotify, as we still work on getting that fixed. We'll get into, for those of you that are avid listeners of the program, I do want to get into this conversation about LaFleur and Hafley and the issues of not being able to close out games defensively of late, but we'll do that tomorrow because we're almost out of time. So sorry to those of you that were looking forward to that conversation. I will try to remember to bring it up to old boy. Now.
What did you? I'll write it down. What is it?
I asked.
This is the only foolproof thing we have is the boogie board.
It's not foolproof though, because if you bump the button, it all disappears.
Very much I put the button up at the top. I see now. I have the button at the top. I used
Get
to
your
have
fingers
it down
away
like
from there. You almost bumped it just
What do you
now.
mean now you have the button at the top? You moved the button.
Now it's clear. I had Nick Saban to the Browns. And I had Mark Murphy run the NFLPA, which, by the way, we still should have done.
I couldn't agree more.
So now what am I writing down?
LaFleur, Hafley, end of games defense.
Okay. Done.
Thank you for your service. Time now for
EOG. Can you guys remember what EOG is?
EOG.
End of game. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Time for Wonelli.
Here we go.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
So as mentioned, I am going to NLCS Game 2 tonight with my mom, who has never been to a Brewers playoff game before. And she's most concerned about the parking situation. When I went with Up North Joe, we went to a bar and shuttled in. Magoo's on the Mound.
Did you boo?
Great spot.
Did you boo at the bar?
We did not
boo in the bar.
We did not boo at the bar. No, I ran into Stacy Bruner. We Brunered at the bar.
Wow, that was a really good twist right there. Really good.
I'll tell you what, Jesse, you're having a heck of a day today. You
almost
are
as
on
good.
It.
Almost as good as the food at Magoo's. Their food is really good.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
We did a opening day there.
We
a couple
did.
Years ago,
correct. Yes. Good memory. Nicely done.
And Homer was just there last week for his show, getting ready for one of the games last week.
He still has a show?
Yeah, and he's going to join us tomorrow, I believe, unless we book someone else in his place, like we did a couple of weeks ago. Any advice for going to the NLCS game tonight with my mom? We're not going to go do the shuttle thing. I don't really trust her in that environment. I think we're going to drive into the parking lot the old-fashioned way.
I'm being told the Molitor lot is where you want to be.
Oh, is
it? If you're
it?
coming from Madison.
Well, no offense, Jason. I don't know if I'm going to take your advice on doing anything.
It's
as
not
a fan
me.
going
It's from
to a
the
game.
YouTube comments from someone who goes to a lot of games from the Madison area. I think it might have been Jon Snow.
Any tips, Tausch, for going to the game with my mom tonight?
I always wonder, they do a great job with those little barricades. What would they do if you parked up on the ramp heading out of 94 West? Just like, you know how you see a lot of times park-in rides and then people park on the side of the road? That would be ideal because then you don't have all the crisscross traffic through the parking lot. I think you roll the dice tonight.
I feel like
go up,
that's
talk to the cops that are sitting there, and then just say, hey, do you care if I park way up at the top of this ramp? Because then you can
mom's got to walk
Mom.
a long way.
Well, it's not a bad walk. It's a nice walk. And you're not dealing with all that traffic.
Get her
See if
steps
the
in.
cops will let you do that. That would be my piece of advice.
How'd that work out for you, Jesse? Did you get what you were looking for there?
Do something that's probably illegal that gets you a parking ticket.
Yeah,
Sounds
but you ask
great.
the cops. Talk to the cops beforehand.
Whoa, Nelly! What if different cops come through later?
Yeah.
Listen, it's a dice roll. It is a dice roll. I get it.
You might want to consider the Molitor lot as
You know
was
what I don't
suggested in the YouTube
understand?
comments.
Thanks, Jason.
What I don't understand, you have to scan in. They're not scanning for your parking anymore. So you have to scan in and then register your license plate on the app. Are they really, how do they know that? Because are they bringing tow trucks out and towing cars mid-game?
No,
or are they
but
just billing you double? How does that all work?
Yeah, you get charged more if you are not paying for your parking, and it's that you get a little envelope. There's a bunch of cars. When I was there with my dad a few weeks ago, there's a bunch of cars. They get you like a gold envelope, and it looks like you're a lucky winner, but really you just got an extra fee that you got to pay if you get busted for not paying for your parking. Now, the thing I don't know about is, at what time in the game do you have to pay for the parking? If I pay for it in the 8th inning, is that good? I would assume not.
Those are all good questions.
Sounds like a dice roll.
Those are all good questions.
Might as well just park on the exit ramp.
Whoa, Nelly! Or what if you did like in the old days with our mopeds? You just grab a piece of paper, put LAF, license applied for, slap it on there, and they don't know. Hey, I just got this car. We don't have the license plate yet. And how are they going to do it? Are they going to scan? Do they have a code somewhere? You can go laugh. We'd always laugh at our laughs on our mopeds.
It pains me to say this, but that was really well done. Jesse, you got anything else?
I do. Whoa, Nelly! Everyone's rooting for the Seattle Mariners, as we just talked about with Jeff Passan, to reach the World Series, right? Even as Brewers fans, if the matchup would be better against Toronto because we swept them this year, everyone wants to see the Big Dumper and the Mariners in their first World Series ever. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Glad we're all on the same page. Just double checking.
I called it the Pilots World Series. I got nothing for. Okay, go ahead.
No, you do. I
thought it was good, but you want us to go back in history and give you more attaboys? Because we said that was good when you said
one's
it the
enough.
first
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
Well,
Yep,
doesn't
thanks
seem
very much.
like it.
Whoa, Nelly!
Well,
I said it. Nobody said anything. Oh, what the heck?
Because you never do that, by the way.
I don't like doing it. I've learned from watching you. This is an osmosis thing that I don't want.
Osmosis. Talent outs.
I got an osmosis problem from you that I don't want.
Yep.
Denny Tauscher and Jeff Passan both believe in talent outs. Jesse, what's your point so we can go, please?
I was watching the Mariners-Blue Jays game yesterday, and the Blue Jays aren't unlikable. It's just that the Mariners are very likable. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to play the Yankees if we got to the World Series, because they're very unlikable. And the Mariners, more people might root for the Mariners if they play the Brewers in the World Series.
Jesse, the Mariners will become unlikable if and when we play.
To us, not to everyone else.
You don't know that. It's all because they got the dude with the funky nickname. That's it. If they didn't have Big Dumper, nobody'd know anything about. Nobody would know anything about the Mariners if it wasn't for Big Dumper.
I don't think that's true.
You know it's true.
J-Rod.
The guy hit 60 home runs.
Yeah, he's the Big Dumper.
It's not just his nickname. I mean, he did. If he was the Big Dumper and he hit 23 home
runs.
What's
his real name? What's his real name?
Cal Raleigh.
Jesse.
Sorry, I thought you were asking legitimately.
Jesse, Jason didn't know his real name.
I did.
Yeah,
I have
he
watched
did.
their games. I did.
Yeah, he did.
And they've got Randy
Cal
Arozarena
Ripken.
batting lead
Cal
off.
Raleigh.
Randy.
He bats second after. No, I have actually watched a bunch of their games, so I did know
Jason
that
would watch a bunch of Mariners games.
I would. Very fair and true. That's it for Wonelli.
J-Rod.
Big dumper.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
From the baseball playoffs to regular season football, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash watching our favorite teams. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Well, make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks now offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Brewer Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Frustration continues. Wisconsin football still unable to get it right. This after Bucky was shut out for the first time at home in 45 years. Riley Elk's thoughts on the current program during Wisconsin College Game Day's postgame show.
This is not acceptable. It doesn't matter who's coaching the team right now, man. I just want someone who cares about Wisconsin. So I don't care who our coach is anymore. I've wanted Luke Fickell to succeed. That clearly at this point is not going to happen anymore.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by 2 of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We're on the Brewers.
I'm rooting hard for the Brewers. Murph is a friend of mine.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
People ask me about Murph. I say Murph coaches baseball like football coaches coach.
Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
Dancing on the edge, about to take it too far. Messing with my head, how I'm messing your heart. If you wake up in your bed, alone in the dark, I'm sorry.
I apologize apologize if you came here for Packers news today. We did not deliver much of it. You probably already know this. Lucas Van Ness did avoid a catastrophic foot injury, but his status for Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals is unclear. Might be a little plantar fasciitis. I don't know. You had some foot issues during your day. Some things you can play through, sometimes you can't. I'm assuming it's not a Jones fracture since Matt LaFleur said no, there were no breaks in his foot. Also,
just hope it's not turf toe. I know that's
some of us can come back quicker than others. Yeah. Javon Bullard is not in the concussion protocol. He is fine. He passed all of his tests, so that's good news as well. We'll get into the Packers a lot more tomorrow when we have Brian Bulaga.
What did you think of my thought? What did you think of my deal with scoregami in the NFL? And after last night's 8-6-2 unassisted double play, DP Agami. Has this double play ever been done? I like it. I don't know what kind of response I'll get.
I learned something on Sunday during our Green Bay game day that for as much as Alex Strofe acts like he doesn't love Jesse Nelson, the two of them are both scoregami addicts.
Oh, those two are so much more similar than Strofe ever wants to admit.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, 100%. Strofe tries to act a lot cooler. He's just as nerdy as Jesse.
Yeah, he is a proud graduate of the Nelson School of Producing.
Perfect place to end it. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks to Jeff Passan. And thanks to you
Freddie. Let's go, Freddie.
Go, Freddie.
Need you tonight.
Jesse's doubting you to motivate
Game
you,
of your
just like he
life.
did with Pat Murphy. We got to go. Rich Eisen is next. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show